This is one of my favourite times in the day. There's two of my favourite times. One is first thing in the morning, and this is just before the sun goes down. Brothers, welcome to the Broadshed Club and the occasional sister joining us on this one. I'm going to walk around the paddock and look for blue tags off the hay I've had made and tell you a yarn while I do that. Now I know these throwback stories aren't everybody's cup of tea, and some of you might be getting a bit sick of them, so I'll make this the last one for a wee while. And we'll carry on just from where the last one left off. And excuse me if my eyes are not on the camera looking at you, because I am looking for blue bits of twine that comes off the baler. I've got most of them, but I don't like it being in the paddock. So we last left off where I'd just come back from hunting up in Marahau. I'd gone through some farmer's land and my dogs had chased a couple of pigs off his land through the fence into the native, of which the dog caught both. One was well, they're both around 40 pounds. And the farmer had taxed them off me, and I'd gone up to Holyoke, come home empty-handed, and it was around 5 o'clock, and I had, leave it pace, oh, I can go after that, it's just bloody Pukeko. I had heard a voice as I come home. I'd heard someone calling out, hello, hello, and when I got to my hut, it was Corinne. Corinne was the French woman who had taken over my abode because her place was festering with rats. And that was an agreement I had with the landlord while I was staying there, that his workers had priority. So I lost that and I was back down my hut by the river. But she had come down to see me. I was so stoked to see her, and I went up and said, hey, good to see you. And she was a bit out of breath. She said, it's a long way to your place. I didn't know how far to come. I said, well, I'm down by the mouth of the river, and you're down by the mouth, and that's where I am. She had a duffel bag, a plaid duffel bag. And on that duffel bag, it had a wee tag, a wee leather tag, and she pulled the tag back to reveal a chicken, a very small chicken, probably about as small as they can get, some onions, some kumara, a bit of garlic, and a few other treats which she can't remember because it's 40 years ago. I said, thank you very much. You didn't have to bring that. She said, well, I just wasn't sure whether you had enough food, and I felt bad because I'd sort of edged you out of your place where you're staying, and I also just want to come make sure you're all right, and I was a bit short with you the other night. I said, that's fine. She said, I apologise for that. I said, it's absolutely fine. She said, I'd just broken up with my boyfriend, Louis. I said, oh yeah? Didn't know that. She said, yeah, and 2 weeks we've been broken up, and he's been really causing me some grief. And I've been trying to get away from him, and I was a little bit apprehensive about sharing a room with you. And I just wanted to apologise and also bring something to you. I said, well, that's great, because I actually haven't brought any meat home, and I appreciate it. I had a little hut that I made out of driftwood and bits of stuff I'd found, and in that hut I had an oven I'd built out of clay and out of driftwood and stuff and straw, and put all together, and it could cook two things at once. So I could put a camp oven, I could also have a billy. I got the fire going while we're talking, put the billy on, made a brew, mint and manuka tea mix, what it was, remember that very clearly. And she had some honey, and she dipped some honey in her. She bought honey as well, that was part of what she'd bought. And I remember saying to her, you know, you don't have to do any of this, you don't have to give me anything, there's nothing really that you owe me. It was completely fair for you to have my place. That was an agreement I had with the landlord, so don't feel that you owe me anything, but I do appreciate this food. Would you like to join me for dinner? And she said, I'd love to join you for dinner. So it was looking pretty rosy, everything. So I put the chicken straight into the camp oven. It was only a small one, a little cast iron oven. Fire was going, getting it cranking. And we talked. And time just seemed to disappear. And I had an enamel cup, and I had two baked bean tins that I used as cups, 2 pots, a camp oven, a fork, one white plate, an enamel plate, and nothing else for eating off. So while we're talking, I made a mat out of some harakiki or flax for me, so my meal would have something. I'll pace chasing after another Pukeko. And I remember her holding my enamel cup, because I was drinking out of baked bean tin, was we had about tea. I remember looking at her slim fingers around the cup thinking, oh man, she got nice, beautiful, long, elegant, slender fingers. And I'd never seen anybody quite so beautiful, and this thick red hair cascading, and emerald eyes, like a hard between hard to tell it's the eyes that are that green, whether sometimes they're blue and sometimes they're emerald. But in this evening, I can remember looking into her eyes and thinking, whoa, they look like Green's cat's eyes. She had these beautiful eyes, but sometimes they'd also look blue in the light, so it was kind of changed. And I was kind of falling a bit for her. Well, I already fallen for her. I think most blokes would if she was bloody beautiful. So she told me a little bit about Louis, and I said to him, this guy doesn't sound very nice. Can you give me a bit more description physically what he's like? Because I've got this mental picture. And she said, well, on his left arm, he's got tattoos. On his left arm, he's got a bison. And straight away she said that. I thought, fuck, that rings back a bell. And she said on the right shoulder, he's got an Indian face. And as soon as she said that, I said, an Indian face with feathers hanging down. She said, yeah. I said, I know who Louis is. I was drinking with him 4 months ago in the post office pub. I've been out hunting with Barry. We've been out in Barry's Vauxhall. What are you doing, Pace? He's chasing after a dog trying to poo. I said, Barry and I have been out in Barry's Vauxhall. Barry was a mate of mine. We'd been up down Graham Valley, and we'd got a bloody good boar, and everybody come out to the truck from the pub to look at it. It was tied over the bonnet. And Louis came out. And Louis was with a woman called Leslie, who was blonde. And he was like, it wasn't just a friend, they were kissing outside the pub and stuff afterwards. And she said, I was with him then. I've been with him for like nearly 2 years. And I said, well, I know who Leslie is because I liked her, but she was with your man that night. She goes, oh, geez. And I said, yeah. And she's like, well, that doesn't surprise me. I don't care now because I'm over him now. And then she was like drinking and swearing. And I said, oh, well. I said, well, actually, what happened was I've been hunting with Barry. And we got back and everyone had a look at the pig. And then I started drinking with your ex-boyfriend. And he said to me he'd love to go pig hunting. He said, I'd love to go hunting. And I said to me, are you fit? And he said, yeah. And I said, well, I'll get you out for a hunt tomorrow morning. And we started drinking. And the more we drank, the more keen he was on the idea. And that was a done deal. And we got pretty pissed that night. He was a little bit older than me. He was probably about 18. I was 16. But I said, yep, I can get Barry's Vauxhall. He'll take us up the Graham. Those days we used to hunt the Graham quite a bit. And he said, don't worry, I've got a car. And he had this little Bambina, a red Bambina. Bambinas in New Zealand were made, and I think the last production was 1954, I think. No, 1959, I think. I think they're producing them in somewhere in New Zealand then. We don't see them anymore like that. But he had this Bambina that he'd had while he was in the country. He was from France too. And, oh shit, here comes the goat, Gary the bloody goat. Pace, come! Pace, come! There's Pace. He was just watching the goats. Pace, come! And there's Gary the goat running towards me. Good boy! There's bloody goats coming towards us. Fuck. Here they come. 100 mile an hour. So Louis was all full of these great ideas about going hunting until the next morning went round and pulled him out of bed and he wouldn't get up. He was drunk, still hungover. So he never went pig hunting with us. So that was the end of that. That was all my memory. So she said, yep, that's right. He's still got that car. And I said, well, fuck me dead. Isn't that a small world? She says, not really. We're all in the same town. And I said, yeah. Anyway, cut to the chase. She said, I'm concerned because he's been hanging around my old place. And I don't feel comfortable going back to my old place to get any more of my stuff. And your place that I'm staying in, that was my old place. She said, I'm just worried he's going to come around there. I said, well, what do you want me to do? She said, I don't know. I said, are you concerned about your safety? And she goes, yeah, he's a nutcase. And he has threatened me in the past. I said, has he ever hit you? She goes, sit down, Pace. She goes, not really hit me, but he's threatened. I said, okay, righto. I said, well, I can't really think of what I should do. She says, I don't know, don't worry about it. But I was worrying about it. And I felt some sort of, I don't know, protection over it. I mean, most blokes do, don't? Isn't that a natural thing we feel? So, anyway, we ate the chicken. Beautiful. Always is in the pot, especially when you're hungry. I hadn't eaten all day. All I had was some dried jerky, which I carried and some drink, but nothing to eat. So I was fucking hungry. So I ate that. And it's quite late. It's probably at 9 o'clock, and it's winter time. It's July. So he said, "Well, I better get back." So I said, "Well, I'll walk back with you." And as we were walking back to her place, I was hatching this plan. And she said, I know you can't start my place and you're not allowed to, but I'm just thinking he's probably going to turn up here. He's going to work out very soon that I'm here and he's just going to show up. And I said, what makes you think that? She said, well, the girl next door said he was around at my old place today, and she's told him where I am now, which I didn't want. So it's just a matter of time before he comes around here. I said, okay. I thought about this. And I said, I'll tell you what. Gather some personal things. Get your sleeping bag. Get some personal things. It's Sunday tomorrow, so you're not working tomorrow. And I'll walk you back to my place down the mouth of the river. We'll go back there now. You stay there tonight. And I'll come back and stay here. So I'm here tomorrow morning. So if he shows up, I'm here, not you're here. And I'll have a talk to him. She said, what are you going to say to him? I said, nothing about this at all for now. But something's going to come out of this. Oh, there they go. See, I've got Pace now on this side of the fence. Because they're on that side. They just want to play. But Pace's idea of playing is not that good. I totally trust Po in the paddock. Yeah, they're bloody trouble. So, Corinne had her stuff. We got back to my place that night, probably around 10. Or maybe 10:30. It's quite late. Oh, here they come, trouble. And no, you're not coming over here. And oh shit, gonna struggle to get the story. Yeah, it's okay. Just eat some grass. Be a goat. Pace, get out of there. And I left her there that night. Come on, boy. Come on, nut. I said I'll see you tomorrow, maybe. But feel free to stay there all day. It was Sunday the next day. And do your own thing. And relax. Your ex ain't going to find you here, and hopefully he turns up to your place. Well, I got back to her place. I got back around midnight, crashed. I was rooted, fell into a deep slumber. And in the morning, you know, mate, you're making it bloody hard for me to tell this yarn. You really are. Anyway, next morning, got woken up with a bang, bang, bang on the door. Super early, it was dark. I wrap a towel around, go to the door, and I prepare myself because I was expecting it half to be Louis, and it bloody was Louis. And, geez, I'm lucky I found this on the driveway. Look at this bloody line here. A fucking nail poking up. It can go over there. I'll sort that out later on my barn. And open the door. And here's Louis all, like, looking raging. Not expecting to see me. He was expecting that Corinne was going to be there. Come on, here, Po. So come. Here, Po. Po, come here. Up here. Here, Po. Down here. Under here. Come here. Good girl. Come on. And, when he saw me, I went, hey, Louis, how you going, bro? He was like, who are you? I said, come on, you know who I am. He goes, no. I said, mate, you were supposed to be hunting with me 4 months ago. I promised I'd take you out. Come on. Hey, here, Nut. Come here, Nut. Here, Nut. Come here, Nut. Nut. Here, Nut. Here, Nut. He's in the neighbour's place. Come here, Nut. Here, Nut. Come on. Jesus, it's hard to get through this bloody story with the dogs, and the neighbours and the goats barking. Here, Nut. Come on. Get him, Pace. He goes, yeah, I remember that. He goes, I remember that. I said, yeah, I remember it too. Oh, you're in luck. We're going hunting today. He says, I didn't come here to see you. He said, I came here to see my girlfriend. I said, your ex-girlfriend? Yeah, Louis. I said, Louis, got the story in my brain. Here, Nut. Come here, Nut. Come on, Nut. There's an electric fence he could have get through now. Here, Nut. Come on. Come on, Nut. Straight through the fence, no worries. Come on, Pace. Jeez, I'm struggling to get through this bloody story. Come on, Po. Nut, come. Come on. I said, mate, you're in luck. I'm going hunting today. We're going for a hunt. He goes, I don't want to go hunting. I want to see my girlfriend. I said, she's not your girlfriend, she's your ex, because I know who she is. And I was only yarning to her not long ago. And he goes, really? And yeah, this guy's bigger than me, and he's got like tattoos, and back then I was pretty strong, not like I am today. But I said, well, I can't help you, but she's not interested in seeing you. He said, I'll decide that. I said, look, why don't you come out for a hunt for the day, and we'll have a talk about it on the way out. Otherwise, I've got to go and see my mate Barry and use his Vauxhall. I'm always using his car. And I've got a couple of bucks in my pocket. I'll give you fuel. Back then, and $2 buys a lot of petrol. And he goes, nah, where is she? And I said, we can talk about it. Yeah, no, come on. I said, we can talk about it. Well, you don't even have to come hunting. Just take me, drop me off, and I'll get someone to pick me up. I had a plan, you see. He said, where do you want to go? I said, I want to go up Rocky River. He said, all right. So I got Frosty, put him in the Bambina's tiny. Get out of there, Nut. Get out of there. And we finally arrived at Rocky River. We're walking up there, and I said, well, you might as well come for a walk with me, wee way. It's still reasonably early in the morning. Get out of there, Nut. There's a rabbit down there. Get out of there, Nut. Hey! Jeez, these dogs are making it hard to tell a yarn. Get it behind. Didn't have to go very far at all. We're only gone like 50 metres. And this guy's got no idea about hunting, this guy, Louis. Not a clue. Noisy as fuck, making a lot of noise. And he probably lifted the pig. I said, stop, wait there. I said, stop. He goes, what? I said, look at the dog. Oh, Frosty's like, I said, that dog's winding, there's a pig up here. He goes, yeah, okay. And I said, well, now's a chance, man. We might get a good pig, you know. He goes, all right. And I said, can I count on you? It's like, of course you can fucking count on me. This guy speaks in a French accent too, which I'm not going to even try and do because my French accent's shit. And, so, it's almost like a vertical bank. And bloody Frosty's like straight up there. It goes 50 metres and you hear... At first I thought it was a big sow because they had that scoffing noise that sows sometimes do, but it wasn't a big sow, it was a fucking big boar, a massive boar. This was going good. And I was watching Louis change. He was like, oh shit, he was like, fuck. And I said, yeah, mate, this is a good pig. And Frosty's just one dog, like the size of Pace. And we can see the bushes bending over as it's coming down towards us. I said, shh, just wait here. Manuka stuff. I thought at one stage, maybe it's a bloody deer or something, because the bushes were falling over and it sounded like a pig. It was a pig, all right. It was a bloody good boar. Get it. Come on. And this thing literally falls out in the bank, because we made sure we were below it, because we could hear it right in front of us. It comes flying down the bank, and Frosty's hanging right on the nose of this thing. Yeah, you get a feed. Come on. He's hanging onto the nose of this big boar, and I'm looking around for Louis and I can't see him. He's gone. Pace, get in here, Pace. Pace, come. Well, I can't see Louis anywhere. I'm like, Louis, I've got a back leg now. Get up. I've got a back leg. We'll get these dogs and I'll carry on. Here we go, Pope. That's for you, mate. Can you get that? Put your head the other way. Okay, that'll do. That's your one, Pace. There you go. Eat up. Good boy. Old matey has got a tracking collar on, because right now he's just done a mating with Kim Swan's dog, Mint, and the smell of the bitch on heat's making him a bit restless, and he's disappearing, as you can tell. He went over the neighbour's paddocks. I'll turn that off. And that's just in case if I lose him, I can track him. There we go, we're off, and it's your tucker, buddy. There you go, eat up. Good boy. Posse yum, good tucker. So I've got this boar, and it's like going round and round and round, and I've got the back legs, and I cannot flip this bastard. It's a good 150, 160 pound. That's a big pig. There's a lot of big pigs around those days, because we didn't have GPS gear to track the dog, so consequently pigs got big. And only because we got this one so close, we got it. It would have eventually broken, but I had a back leg in each hand. I was hanging on to it, and I was screaming out to Louis, "Hey Louis, help us out, buddy, help us out!" And Louis was nowhere to be seen. I'll park up over here and finish the story. I want to go inside and make a brew because I'm a bit parched. So Louis is in a situation now they didn't really want to be in. He wanted to see his ex, and he's now with old Clay up Rocky River, and I'm holding on to the back legs of his pig, trying to flip it, and I can't. But he's dropped these balls. He doesn't want to even know about it. He's like, "Oh no, man." I said, "Come on, help us out, buddy, help us out. Need some help here." And he was like, real standish off. He's gone from this big, tall, tattooed, tough guy to, and this pig's like thrashing around. It's got these fucking big things going everywhere. Man, it was funny. And I'm used to pig hunting, and even at that age I don't know how many pigs I must have killed, but you know, heaps. So I'm used to having a scrap with a boar, but this guy, it's all foreign to him. It reminds me of another story of my father, who took the national French rugby team pig hunting up the doubles in Nelson, and they couldn't keep up with him, and he got all the pigs, and by the time they got there he ran them off their feet. But that's another story for another day. Anyway, bloody French, eh? So I said, "I need your help, buddy, it's a big one." And he wasn't going to help me. Eventually I managed to get the pig, and you got to remember that bloody Frosty's still hanging on to the fucking nose, so you've got a dog in the way, and I'm sort of wheelbarrowing it towards Louis, and he's in front of me, and Louis is running away as I'm wheelbarrowing towards him. I'm trying to get a bit of a bank to drop down to flip it, and there's a bit of a dip on the other side of the road, a bit of a culvert, and I get it in the culvert, and I put my front leg forward, and I trip its front leg up, get it over on its back. And back in these days, I was a lot stronger than I am today. I was carrying, for a 15-year-old, I was pretty strong. I wasn't the runt I am, because I hadn't had all the life and diseases and things that I've had now, but I could handle myself pretty well. So I flipped this thing finally. Some guys would have done a lot faster. In fact, most of you would have done a lot faster. And got a knife into it. And Louis was there. As soon as I got the knife into it, he was like, "Yeah, fuck, yeah." And he was like dancing around like he just killed it. He's like, "Fuck, yeah, nice one." And I said, well, mate, thanks for the help. He's like, oh, yeah, man. Now, next time. I said, yeah, there'll be a next time. I'll take you out again. He goes, really? I said, yeah. And he was amped. I said, I'll take you out again. He's like, really? I said, yeah. I said, you got to carry this back to the Bambina. Yeah, man, yeah. Now, he's a strong lad, eh? And so I dropped the guts out, tied the hocks up, and he couldn't get to his feet. It was about 160 pounds. He couldn't get to his feet. And back then, I was really good at getting to my feet. So I said, if you can't carry this, you can't even get to your feet, you're not even strong enough to get back to the bloody car. You're not that strong. I thought you'd be that strong. He said, oh, I'm trying, man. Help me. I said, no, I'm not helping you. I said, I get to my feet, no trouble without your help. Now, there's a technique in rolling a pig on the side and getting to. You pig hunters know what it's like. And it's not about strength. It's about technique. But I was trying to... You'll see where this is going. So he's like trying on the ground and I'm fucking cracking up laughing at him. I said, what happened to the big strong guy I met in the pub 4 months ago? Where's the tough guy that was going to do this and going to do that and wrestle the boar? Where's he gone? He's on the ground, oh, he's swearing away and he's not going to get to his feet. It's not going to happen. I said, don't worry, mate, I'll do it. So I got down there and got it tied in, as you do, and rolled over on the side as you do, got to one leg, leant forward, as you do, leant forward, went into the squat position, pushed up slowly and got to my feet, stood up, and I walked back to the Bambina with him like looking like he'd really ashamed himself. Now, we probably only went, 500 metres. It wasn't a massive carry. It wasn't an all-day carry. It was pretty straightforward. And those of you who know Rocky River will know what I'm talking about. You go up that road and there's a bit of a bank. It's not far, so it wasn't a hard carry. Got back. I said, open the boot up. Now, the Bambina's, the engine's in the back. The engine's in the back and the boot's in the front. It's all backwards. And I've seen them with doors on both sides too. But this one here was pretty straightforward. You open the front up and the pig goes in there. But the pig was that bloody big, you couldn't get the boot down. So I took my pigging string, which is a string I use for dragging pigs through the bush, and I tied his bonnet at the front, pulled it down and tied it underneath as far as I could around the axle, just to keep it from flying right up. And when we're inside the Bambina, you've got this much room to look through the window because his bonnet was half up. And we go back to Rawalka. Now, back at my place, there's a post that you use for hanging all the apple bags on when it's raining to dry out. It's about that high. It's just a post in the ground. That's what we'd put all the apple bags over. And the pears, because they're going to be dried out. And there was a few bags, and then I said, take those bags off the post, bro. And the two of us lugged it out, and we stuck the pig on the post, with the post sort of up inside its diaphragm, just sitting there with the tusks just sitting there. And some friends had come over, 2 girls, and I think 2 girls, and there was someone else I can't remember. It was a funny person. Oh, that's right. 2 girls and this guy who was a real, like, spiritual, bendy sort of guy, and he was all like anti-us, killing it, and he was like letting the pig's spirit go and all this shit, and these 2 girls were stoned, and that Louis was recounting the story, except it wasn't the same story that happened. He was recounting it like he'd done everything, and I just let him. Anyway, we go back inside to my place, make a brew, just him and I said, listen, mate, I'll take you out hunting again, and I'll get you into this, because he somehow wanted to do it. I don't know why, because he hadn't been through any of it. I said, but you got to keep away from your ex-girlfriend. And he was like, I'll decide that. And I said, no, mate, I'll decide it. I'm going to decide it. You're not going near her. And I will keep you away from her. Because, are you threatening me? I said, no, I'm not threatening you at all. I'm telling you, you're not going to go near her. And if you do, I'll intervene and I'll stop it. And I said, if you think what happened to that pig's bad, and it's like we had that moment, just that moment between the two of us where it's just like, and he went, and I went, I'm serious, bro. And he went, nah. And I said, yeah, I'm serious. I said, you're not a brave man. You're a bully. You've showed your true colours. Maybe you become a bit more, but right now, you're no threat to me, but you are a threat to your ex. And I like her. I've met her. And he said to me, you have designs on her. And I said, no. Lying straight to his face, because I did. No, I just like her, and I'm looking out for her. And I am going to look out for her. So don't ever come around here again. I'll go around to your place and pick you up, or I'll see you down the pub, but don't hassle her. And then he started to go, so his shoulders went first, and then he was like, and he put his hands over his head, and he was like, oh, I fucked everything up, man. I fucked everything up. I fucked it up. The big old cry. Big old cry. Fuck, it's a terrible thing seeing a grown man cry when it's over something like that there, but it broke, and then we had the long talk. Smoked a joint. Stupid thing to do, I know, in a situation like that. Smoked a joint, and he went back to his place, and I caught up with him 2 days later on the Monday or the Tuesday. I think it was a Monday. No, it was a Tuesday because we worked the Monday because Corinne worked on the Monday. That was the following day. And saw him again and said, "Hey bro, I'm going for a hunt tonight with my mate Tish. You want to come?" He goes, "Yeah." So we went out for a hunt. Didn't catch anything. And we did 3 more hunts after that. And we, on the next hunt after that, I went out with Barry and his Vauxhall. And we got a bloody good pig. And this time, Louis grabbed it. And he was frothing. And he grabbed it and we helped him flip it. And I gave him my knife, the one I showed you in the first one. Because he had this fucking useless knife. And he stuck his first pig and that was it. He was just hooked. He was hooked. And I kept on taking him out, and then he went out with other guys. And a couple of times Corinne said she saw him, but nothing, no hassles, kept away. Corinne had moved back into my place, out of my place by the mouth and back to my original flat, was back in there. And I'd taken her out on a couple of dates and nothing ever happened. I was punching too high. She was out of my league. But I did have a win. I had a win. That's actually, the win is, that's for another throwback if I do any more of these. Something did happen down the track, but that's for another day. Anyway, that's Frosty the Pig Dog. I'm not going to do any more throwbacks for a while because I think they get a bit tedious for some of you. And we'll just get back to the usual bro chick stuff. And I'll put the occasional throwback in, but I won't do too many because you get a bit tired of them. Anyway, that's it, brothers. I hope this one finds you well. Go steady. And if there is a woman that's been treated badly by a man, if there is a woman that needs protection, then that's what us blokes do. That's a real important job to do, is to protect her. There's a terrible statistic amount of women that are killed each year by their ex-partners. It's a very real thing, even in cases where ex-partners kill the children and the partner. There's plenty of those. The numbers in Australia are just bloody scary. They're pretty bad here in New Zealand too. It's a real thing. A lot of women are brutalised by their partners, so if you know of a woman that's been brutalised, I know you don't want to get involved in that domestic shit, but you have a moral and ethical obligation to stick up for women because they physically, most of the time, aren't as strong as us and practice about all the time. Although I do have a friend who's way stronger than any blokes I know. She hunts more animals and carries more out than most blokes. She can carry 200 pound out in the back, which she has done in the past, so she's an anomaly. Is that the right word? Anyway, I think you know what I mean. Go steady, and if that occasion arises, do the right thing. All right, brothers, catch you in the next Bro Chick Club video. Gonna go and have a brew. I'm parched and dry. See you later. Cup of dandelion root tea, I think. See ya.